I'm chair of the London Cycling Campaign, and I just want to say, firstly, a big thank you. Thank you so much to all of you for taking time out of your busy lives to come along and support our protest ride today. Thank you especially to the marshals, to the police, and to all of you who publicised the event to make sure we had such a fantastic turnout. Of course, I recognise some of you from last Friday when we met at Aldgate East to mark the tragic death of the young French student Philippine de Gerin-Ricard, who died outside Aldgate East Station. It was appalling that we had to meet and show our horror at her death. And it is even more appalling that only 5 days later, 5 days after the ride, we're meeting here at Holborn to mark the tragic death of a man in his early 40s who was killed just outside Holborn Station.
Thank you. Again.
Is that any better?
Yeah.
Much better. Okay. So really, of course, the first thing we want to do is to say how much we send our sympathy to the friends and family of the victim at Holborn just yesterday morning at 9 o'clock. And thirdly, on a more personal level, some of you will know that minutes after I spoke at our last ride on Friday afternoon, I was told by another cyclist that my nephew, my 15-year-old nephew, Guy Gibson, a lovely sporty young guy, had been crushed by a lorry that very afternoon. The lorry had not indicated, the guy had not looked in his mirrors, he turned left, and Guy is now in hospital. Of course, what shocked me even more was that when I spoke to my sister, his mum, immediately, all she could say was, "We are so lucky. I can't believe how lucky we are." I mean, what has it come to when a mother says how lucky she is that her son is lying in hospital with a fractured pelvis and quite likely won't walk for the next 6 months? I know it's a personal thing, but it really brought it home to me. And everyone I've spoken to this evening has had experience either themselves or of a friend or of a member of the family who has had an accident one way or another in London. Obviously, these things are complex. We can't change things overnight. And the Mayor, in his vision for cycling, recognises that we do need to protect cyclists on dangerous roads. Aldgate East was an example of an appalling situation. Holborn, obviously, we've seen there are a lot of lanes there. Cars don't necessarily know where they need to go, where the cyclists are going to be. There's a lot of work to be done. But what we need now are actions, not words. We need actions. There are more and more cyclists cycling in London, and we need to know that we can get on our bike to go to work and arrive safely. These deaths are intolerable and they are preventable. And the London Cycling Campaign has been warning the Mayor and TfL of the dangers on some of these streets and the real risk of potential accidents. And we will continue to do so. But we need your support, and I would urge you, I know a lot of you are members of the London Cycling Campaign. If you are not, I would urge you to forego a couple of rounds of drinks, join the London Cycling Campaign. We need to show our strength in numbers, and it would make a massive difference to us if you can support us. So just finally, thank you for bearing with me. Thank you all for coming, and please, please please ride safely home. Thank you very much.